My name is Nikki Varney and I work at Standard Bank in Learning Experience Design. So that means that we look at the core skills that everybody in the bank needs to build and how you design learning experiences that really create that and build that capability. I've worked with KeySteps for a couple of years. They deliver some of our core programs in the bank and they are a fantastic team to work with. Super professional, always very accountable. They deliver to a very high standard from contracting, organizing sessions, all the way to Sharon's delivery at the end. There are a couple of core conversation programs where we're really trying to build foundational skill in how our teams have really high quality conversations. And Sharon has been amazing in helping us design the program, upskill facilitators along the way. We've tweaked the design of the program as we've gone with her input. She's delivered to loads of teams and we've just had really, really impactful sessions with her. KeySteps are super professional. I love working with Sharon. She's always highly accountable. And from a facilitator perspective, I like to use her on my difficult teams or very senior leadership teams because she's really good at landing strategic messages and linking it into the business strategy and connecting the dots between some of the behavioral work that we're busy building and the impact it has in the business. I would choose her 1,000 times over in the teams that we've been working with. We've had really positive results. KeySteps are very good at running a process end to end. So they've delivered on our core conversation programs that we've been running, and they're really good at capturing the business impact and delegate feedback. So we've had lovely stories coming out of the sessions that Sharon's run with very senior leaders around how their conversations have shifted, how this has made them aware of conversations they haven't been having in the business, how they've totally shifted as a team in how they focus on issues that they were avoiding. You know, it's difficult to sometimes measure the impact of these behavioral programs in a tangible business way, but the stories that we've had coming out of the groups with Sharon have been superb. And that's at a very senior leadership level down to quite junior teams. The shifts have been really quite transformational. Sharon is very good at integrating loads of content into very digestible, practical, and strategic ways into the business for people. So she's very good at landing content in a relevant way. She's very engaging. Our conversations we've been running with her have all been around connection and conversation. A lot of this has been delivered virtually, and that's difficult to create an environment of connection and conversation in a totally virtual environment. But Sharon's been really good at that. We've just had very high levels of success in working with her around that. I think Sharon's very good at building strategic relationships quickly. So the nature of the work we do is with very senior leaders, and she quickly establishes rapport, credibility, strategic context around why we're doing this work. And she's very good at bringing in the relevant projects that people are working on, etc. So the shifts that we've seen have been quite fundamental in how leaders are landing the business strategy through conversations with their teams that they weren't having before. She's made leaders aware of how they can do this in a practical day-to-day way and the importance of landing their bigger business projects through their daily behavior. So we have been trying to build a capability at the bank of really high quality conversations because ultimately everything we do and drive in our business and internally is done through conversations, meetings, strategic sessions, client relationships, etc. So we've worked with Sharon. She's been one of our core facilitators who have delivered this work. And as the work has evolved and we've had to tweak the program, tweak the content, use feedback from the sessions to make them tighter and stronger. Sharon has been one of our lead facilitators we've worked with to do this. She's very good at quality and detail. So as we've seen the need shift, she's created great feedback loops for us and how we tighten our program and our content up. I'm a perfectionist and I've got very high quality and standards and expectations. And I love working with Sharon and her team because they have a very high bar on quality. So I'll give you an example. We've been working with our core conversations at the bank, and some of our administrators have battled with the process. So Sharon's team have helped without being asked to upskill our facilitators, work with their spreadsheets, get them sorted. They've just been really good at building capability at all levels of the business that we've worked with them in. So for me, the best thing about working with Key Steps is quality and consistency, and they are highly accountable. Sharon's also very communicative, which I like. She's very proactive about raising things that are working, that aren't working. So she's just a superbly professional facilitator. She's really good at making our behavioral work come to life in a very practical and strategic way for our leaders. And it's very easy to pay lip service to how behavior impacts your business results and our way of work. But she really makes the light bulb go on for leaders around why the dots are connected and how this really lands the way that we work and the way that it impacts our business results. And I've seen that at all levels in the business. So it's really a great strength of hers. For me, one of the strengths of Sharon is that she can make leaders connect the dots between their behavior and their business impact. And although we often pay lip service to this, it's rare to see the light bulbs go on around how this comes to life and why it's so important. And Sharon is really good at doing that. We literally have moments of transformation in the sessions that she runs as these big pieces fall into place and people are able to join the dots themselves and bring this to life and how they work. Look, I've worked with Sharon now for a couple of years, and it's really nice to work with somebody who's highly professional and who's got a very human sense about them. And she really walks that line well. So we've become friends in the process of being colleagues, essentially. And she's been a wonderful person to partner with. And I feel like her level of investedness in my work is very high. So we've got a beautiful partnership, which I don't think you find often.